You gotta admit, that was kind of funny.
Felix, what if it's hurt?
Been there, little guy.
Guess he shouldn't have strayed from the path.
Wow, Ambrose Manor. Hey, you think it's haunted? I bet it's haunted.
At the very least, there ought to be something worth stealing in there. Okay, maybe not.
Keep your guard up. Could be all manner of surprises in there.
Big empty window like that? That's gotta be haunted. Oh, La, I'm getting goosebumps.
An ostentatious manor on a lifeless rock lacking any signs of intelligence. Feels just like Byzantium.
This place looks kind of sad. Like it's been waiting for someone to make a home out of it.
I take it back. Ain't nothing here but memories.
It's so empty. Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
This place has the distinct feeling of a crypt.
Just when I thought Byzantines couldn't get any weirder.
Hey, boss, look at this. A secret room. Just like in the serials.
That's a neat trick. I ought to install one of these in my bunk.
Huh. I've never seen one of these before. You think it's some kind of bunker thing?
A panic room. Glad to see the overdramatic tendencies of the Byzantium elite have not waned.
Did doors suddenly go out of fashion?
I had a nightmare about this sort of thing once. Crawling around on my hands and knees inside a mansion, I mean.
Think they've ever tried to use this while the fireplace was on?
Oh my law, this is just like that episode of Virginia Yang, Girl Detective, where the old fella dies and his nurse inherits his house. What if we find a body?
Secret tunnel. Interesting architectural choice.
I don't think we're getting a warm welcome this time.
Be careful. Looks like Minnie activated security around the manor.
The jig is up, Cap. I'd wager we're in for a fight.
Stay on your guard, Captain. I think she's expecting us.
We'd best watch our step, Captain. She knows we're coming.
There goes that payday.
Boss, what is your problem? She seemed like one of the nice ones.
What? Ugh. Why?
Captain, what's come over you?
I see we're taking a kill-everything approach today,
Too bad. She was born away from Byzantium. Should have stayed out.
I know we did the right thing. Just doesn't feel that way.
I feel for her, I do. But better this than revitalize that nightmare of a project.
I just wish they could have mended things. Been a family again. Did it have to end like this?
Not an easy choice, but it had to be done for the greater good, Captain.
I'll admit, I was expecting a wine cellar.
Does every secret lab in this colony smell the same way?
Damn, someone really didn't want this place found.
Ain't nothing good ever come out of a place like this, Captain. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I see they brought all the comforts of home, including the secret lab for unlawful experiments.
Oh no, we should check to see he's all right.
I've never seen a more effective argument against blindly following a preordained plan.
It was the right choice, Captain. I know it was. I just wish we hadn't needed to make it. Ain't nothing good left in you. Whatever humanity you had once, that's all gone now, ain't it?
People will go to extraordinary lengths to define themselves, won't they? This is just a facade to hide behind.
Wait, this is a Spacer's Choice office? Something's definitely off.
You're telling me Spacer's Choice can build an office this pretty that can't pay their workers a couple more bits?
I ain't buying the facade. You can slap gold paint on a Spacer's Choice gun, but it's still gonna misfire twice a clip.
Mr. Thompson told me 100 times the cannery couldn't afford spare parts for Bess. All while Spacer's Choice was building this?
If we've learned anything in our travels, it's that the fancier the facade, the darker the underbelly.
Sparkling!
They really think Adrena Time does all that?
Ah, the Spacer's chosen. Lousiest team that ever did swing a tossball stick.
Keen skills. Spacer's Choice security folks can't hit the broadside of a mannequin.
They got one for Edgewater. Oh, it's just Saltuna. Come on, we got a volcano too.
Spacer's Choice is unreasonably proud of their low-quality fare, aren't they?
Guess you get what you pay for with Spacer's Choice guards, too.
Something caved their skulls clean in.
Ugh. Ain't no one should have to go like that.
They gave their lives for the corporation. I'm sure their corporate masters were appreciative of their sacrifices.
This body has not been disposed of in a board-approved waste receptacle. Printing citation ticket 9554-PKF. Error. Printer paper jam.
Wonder if Marauders crossed him off.
Be ready for anything.
I hope their passing was swift.
This looks exceedingly painful.
Hey, can you imagine watching Terror on Monarch in this place?
Oh, wow. I think this screen's taller than my entire shop back home.
I wonder what corporate drivel they shoveled in here.
Notice. Unit scrubber heads require self-cleaning.
No one with an honest job has an office this nice.
Must be the executive office. Excuse me while I leave muddy tracks all over the floor.
You could fit whole families in here.
Shoot. This place got me feeling like I might dirty it up just by looking at it.
Perhaps they should spend more time improving their products and less pampering themselves like this.
Executive-level jobs require SAM units more time to complete.
Yeah, and now that someone's telling us not to go digging, I kinda wanna go digging.
We never listened to warnings before. I don't expect we'll start now.
I've got a bad feeling about this, Cap.
I always wanted to be in a proper mystery.
Let's just hope we don't end up like that ironically named freelancer, Lucky.
SAM units offer first-class cleaning to paying customers of any job class, even the filthy lower ones.
Now that someone's telling us not to go digging, I kinda wanna go digging.
Well, boss, this job just got interesting. I always wanted to say that.
I've seen firsthand what the corporations are capable of, and we're about to dig up their past.
Oh, Captain, we're in a proper mystery now.
I must admit my curiosity is piqued, against my better judgment.
So this is where Spacer's Choice's top lab coats made their wonder drug?
Doc Lowe used to run this place. Made the drug that turned decent folk into marauders. I can't imagine living with that kind of guilt.
Well, looks like Monarch ain't the only place they gave up on.
Almost hard to believe something so awful as Adrenatime came from a place that looks so... normal.
How unfortunate. All this wanton death and destruction clashes with their well-appointed decor.
Area assessment. This room is moderately trashed. Time to clean is estimated at 23.5 minutes.
Isn't the point of a secure off-world lab to keep things like that out?
You know, when we walked into the lab, I thought, what's the worst thing we could run into? And of course, the answer had to be primals.
You'd think that by now these lab coats would have learned not to mess with these beasts. It never ends well.
What was Mr. Lowe doing with all these primals?
Primals, too? They wanted to make sure they made all the bad decisions, didn't they?
So much for the easy way.
Watch your step, boss. This corridor's a death trap.
That much ordnance could take down a mana queen. Bit over the top, don't you think?
Oh, traps ahead. Maybe behind, too. Traps just about everywhere, Captain.
Careful. Seems like they had a surplus of traps they decided to get rid of all in one place.
Whether you're in a fancy lab or an old rust bucket, one thing's for sure.
Dr. Lowe and his people didn't just work here. They lived here. This lab must have been their whole life.
They lived here. I don't know if that's admirable or sad.
It looks so... homey. Like a family lived here. All that goodness turned to such devilish ends.
Not very sanitary anymore, if it ever was.
So this is where that uppity lab coat worked, huh?
Must be Doc Lowe's old office.
Must have been Jasper's place.
Mr. Lowe was awfully messy, wasn't he?
I wonder if this is where Lowe was when his mind was pushed to its breaking point.
What is it with mad scientists and secret labs?
Has there ever been an experiment involving primals that wasn't a total catastrophe?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Lock 'em up, they bust free. Nature always wins.
I'd have hoped a smart fellow like Mr. Lowe would know better than to test his super drug on primals.
Always a brilliant idea to use primals as test subjects. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Let's get out of here. This place stinks like machine grease and bad science.
Let's get out of here. I think I got primal guts all over my ass-kicking boots.
About damn time. I need a beer and a shower. Maybe at the same time.
Gonna be a relief to see the stars again. This cave's making me all jumpy.
I'm looking forward to a breath of fresh air after the stench of this place.
No one cleans the common area.
Normal aside from the bodies, I mean. And the blood. Oh, so much blood.
Yep, looks like a mess. Whatever it is, we're up to our ankles in it.
Trying real hard not to breathe in.
Let's make this quick, please.
Oh, Law. It reeks like death warmed over. I'm gonna hurl.
I fear the stench is but a meager taste of what's to come. Perhaps taste was the wrong word to use.
Ugh, something smells like a marauder's armpit.
Something stinks real bad.
Oof. When the woman from Monarch is plugging her nose, you know you've made some poor life choices.
Oh my Law. What is that smell?
Whatever disgusting thing this is does not bode well.
Olfactory readings indicate this area smells disgusting.
Well, at least they kept him close to the drugs.
Honestly, boss, I've seen cysty pigs with better living arrangements.
Near the drugs, too. Keep them nice and cooperative.
It's so homey, almost. Whatever brought these folks here, they were just people. Same as us.
This whole place reminds me too much of my own incarceration, to be honest.
Volunteer quarters? I've slept in cargo holds nicer than this.
I don't know how anybody volunteers to live in a place like this.
Volunteers my ass. These are cells.
I thought these folks were supposed to be volunteers. Why do they got 'em bunking like...
Volunteers? Must be somewhat like how I volunteered to serve at the penitentiary.
This must be where they did their experiments. Watch their prisoners claw their eyes out and go screaming mad. Probably took notes.
So they like to watch, too? Creeps.
Wow, you could spy on just about everyone from here. Mr. Thompson would have been over the moon.
This appears to be where they observed their unfortunate charges and levied judgment on their own lack of humanity.
This is why I stay away from honest work.
Glad I left my box hauling days behind.
Hell are they doing with all these conveyors?
This place is near identical to the Edgewater cannery. What the hell?
What do you suppose the purpose of all this was?
Why do I get the feeling we haven't seen the worst of this place?
All right, deep breath, Felix. You're about to see something real twisted.
How many subjects have to die before you decide to build a dedicated autopsy room?
I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all.
This can't be good.
I'm washing my memory out with a bottle of Spectrum Red once we're back on the ship.
Let's get out of here, boss. We've seen enough.
But why? Why? Who does this? What kind of monsters ran this place?
I don't want to see no more. I can't take this.
Each discovery is worse than the last. Human depravity knows no bounds, does it?
Efficient organic substance disposal method noted.
We getting out of here? Good.
All I want to do right now is burn this place to the ground. I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks.
I used to think the beasts on Monarch were bad. At least they aren't cruel. These people chose to do this.
What they did here? I ain't ever gonna shake this.
I'll be glad to have seen the end of this place, though it will be some time before my mind will be free of it.
Ugh, I've always hated these things. Basically sprats with an attitude.
You ever want to make friends with a canid? Look him square in the eyes. Oh, and bare your teeth, too. That lets him know you're a friend.
I don't know what's worse here, the leashes or the folks holding them.
Oh my Law, canids! Oh, look at their little tails! Oh, you don't have to be scared of these canids, Captain. I don't think they're gonna hurt you.
I don't know how I feel about domesticating canids. The purpose of a predator is to hunt and contribute to the mechanism of natural selection.
Yeah, look out. That's what they do just before they piss everywhere.
Aw, I think he likes you, boss. Can we keep him?
Careful. They're cute till they go for the throat.
Look at those wiggles! You think that means we're friends?
Well done, Captain. You and this canid have established rapport. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that canid likes you more than its owner.
Dander, slobber, and trace feces filters equipped.
You know, stealing from these assholes is its own reward.
Wow, that trophy's real gold? Oh, I figured there'd be chocolate inside.
All that pomp and circumstance out there. For this. The hell's the point?
I sure hope these folks don't mind us borrowing this.
It seems people who've never known struggle will use any means necessary to evoke the thrill of uncertainty, no matter how banal. If there's one thing I've learned traveling with you, it's that theft is but a state of mind. It's quite tacky, isn't it? Just like their empty lives.
That's beyond cruel, even here.
These poor canids. What kind of monster does something like this?
A pet's only as good as its owner. They're the ones who ought to be in here.
Oh,
We were hoping to find Lo alive, right?
Hey, anybody out there? We're not here to hurt you.
Aw, looks like we missed all the fun.
what happened to these poor folks? It can't be the storm that did this.
Another science lab, another dead body. How refreshing.
Whoa! That one was close, Captain.
Whew, that was close. You alright, boss?
Son of a tarot! Is there a single planet in this fucking colony that ain't trying to kill us?
Law have mercy!
I am certain we are not all about to die horribly. Relatively.
Malfunction. System processor is suffering an electrical overload.
You think it's supposed to shake like that?
Hey, what would happen if this station fell into Olympus? Would we just keep falling forever? Just asking.
Okay, alright. The sooner we're back on solid dirt, the better.
This thing's orbit is stable, right? Ada checked before we docked? Captain?
Try not to think about the structural integrity of this place. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
Whether you're going up or down the career ladder, SAM units polish your path forward.
Sure don't see that every day, Captain.
So, wasn't really following what you did there, but I guess it worked.
Another Halcyon problem, another massive fuck-off machine to solve it.
Oh, what a machine. You sure we can't hang around for a bit? I want to get a look at its innards.
Well, that's quite the impressive sight.
All weather is perfect weather for a fresh cleanup job.
I take back what I said. Nothing fun about that storm.
Hey, if they couldn't keep one job, what are the odds they're any better at this one?
Oh hey, she's talking about those freebooters again. Nice of her to give us some target practice.
Oh, hey, those guys are a riot. Bring it on, champions.
Now hold on. I got questions about the size of this tossball team.
Did she say tossball team? Is that supposed to strike fear into our hearts?
Felix, you got any tossball metaphors?
Not really. Oh, I got this line I've been working on though. Wanna know why they call them freebooters? 'Cause they can get my boots in their face for free.
We're not gonna let this sprat fuck tell us what to do, are we, Captain?
Starting to hope I get to meet this jerk, just so I can give him a good kick in the shins.
Well, I thought about it, and I'm still gonna dropkick this coward the moment I get a chance.
I'm getting sick of chasing shadows. You can't shoot shadows.
Hey, we beat him once, we'll beat him again.
People who threaten us do not live long lives. Never know safety again? And why should the future be any different from the past?
Smell that? Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of place.
Now this looks like a real dive. Hey, I wonder if they got those floorboards that creak when a stranger walks in.
Been an age since I had a good Tripicale. Hope they've got it on tap.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
This place smells of misery and despair. Reminds me of Edgewater.
Oh, boss, I was hoping for a scuffle. I had a bottle ready and everything.
We could always go back and rile him up again later.
Smooth talking, Cap.
Very diplomatic, Captain. Though fighting would be preferable to another conversation such as that.
That's my captain.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
Groundbreaker never had bars this nice. They got balconies and everything.
The repurposed aesthetic reminds me of Fallbrook. These sublight folks really know how to overhaul a place.
You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not.
Surprisingly, this place exhibits an aesthetically pleasing use of space.
Oh, This looks just like one of those bars in the detective serials.
A true den of iniquity. How refreshing.
As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved and disgusting.
Hey, a marble. Oh, wait. No, that's a human eyeball.
Ugh. I really hope this ain't a sign of things to come.
You think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
If I'm not mistaken, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, that eye might be the key Lucky mentioned. What strangeness have we involved ourselves in here?
Right behind you, Captain. Promise.
This is like that scene from Terror on Monarch, where Spencer Woolrich gets buried alive.
As much as I love caves, let's make this quick. Manties love them too.
Anyone else feel like the walls are almost leaning in?
Did the temperature just drop, or is it my imagination?
Sam is right behind you, customer.
Maybe next time I stay on the ship.
You ever get the feeling there's something horrible waiting for you just around the corner?
Eyes up, folks. I smell a queen in here.
I hear something big scuttling over yonder.
What horrors might we now be approaching?
Sensors are registering an anomaly of significant proportions. Further analysis of vermin type required.
I'm hoping this leads us to someone we can talk with face to face. Or punch, if it comes to that.
Didn't we see a big communication tower on the way over here?
Birthplace of marauders. We ought to have left well enough alone. Now we're in it. Come hell or high water, we've got to see this through.
I sure hope that spooky person on the screen ain't waiting for us. I'm about ready to jump out of my skin as it is.
This all promises at the very least to be interesting, in a macabre sort of way.
Think this comms tower's gonna lead us to someone with answers, or more warnings and riddles.
If somebody's trying to stop you, that just means you're on the right track.
An old comms tower, huh? It's like I'm back at Hiram's place, running errands.
We're looking for a comms tower, right? Ought to be one of the tallest things around, if it's gonna get a signal past these canyons.
I wonder how the comm tower we're looking for will push us lower into this pit of corporate wrongdoing.
See, this is why I prefer being a spacer.
This sort of thing's happening all over the colony. Homes falling to pieces. People fall to pieces too. Except they turn marauder.
This ain't right. These folks never had a chance.
What happened to all these people?
Edgewater could have ended up like this.
Hard to imagine people living here. Guess that's true of any company town, though.
I don't know if anybody could live in a place like this. Best they could do is just exist.
Folks used to live here. Folks just like us, Captain.
The fragility of life and sanity can be overwhelming when seen so starkly.
Huh. This fellow's missing an arm, just like... Hey, wait a second. Is that Lucky Montoya?
Well, he's better off than the marauders, at least.
Oh no. This whole time I've been hoping he was still alive.
Not so Lucky Montoya, I presume.
Guess his luck ran out after all. I'm just hoping we don't need Lucky's arm to open something else.
Whatever's out here, it better be worth carrying around a man's eyeball.
You think this place we're headed will tell us more about Gorgon? I wonder what they got up to here.
Well, let's just hope we're luckier than Lucky was.
Setting clean mode to sensitive care.
Who knew what darkness lurked in the heart of Gorgon? Captain Hawthorne and his crew were about to find out.
I've eaten my fair share of taro eyes, but I'm still gonna come out and say it. This mission is gross.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
Hopefully, following in Lucky's footsteps doesn't result in us sharing his fate.
Lucky's problem was that he was always overconfident in himself. But us? We got this, whatever it is.
This ain't a proper serial adventure without a narrator. How about this? Our intrepid heroes stepped foot on Gorgon, and in the distance, a drinking establishment beckoned.
Well, here we... Hey, is that a saloon? I feel better already.
Wow. Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
Is that an Apex Mark V queso atmospheric dome? I've never seen one in person. Magnificent.
Analyzing location. The Sprat Shack. Error. Vermin suction nozzle not attached. This unit is unprepared for specialized eradication procedures.
I don't know what kind of mess Spacer's Choice made here, but it figures they'd leave it to someone else to clean up. Whatever happened here, we're not gonna be next. Be ready.
Something made a mess of this place. Watch your back, boss.
This place is starting to remind me of home.
Keep an eye out, Captain. This place don't look entirely safe.
This dilapidated state of existence awaits all Halcyon if the board persists in their reckless disregard for anything but profit.
Preparing for extermination.
Are these mantisaurs? Never seen the likes of these.
No telling what other horrors we're set to find here.
I got your back, Captain. Ain't a single mantisaur gonna sneak up on us.
There's something different about these mantisaurs. Never seen their like before.
You know what's a joke, customer? What we make out of the dirty competition. No other automechanical unit simultaneously sanitizes, neutralizes, dices, and slices, and removes built-up stains like Sam.
This reminds me of the punchline to a joke I heard once.
Marauders. Just about every corner of Halcyon's infested with them.
They brought manosaurs with them? The hell's wrong with these people?
There sure are an awful lot of marauders on this abandoned asteroid.
I've seen more than enough marauders to last a lifetime.
Pathogen reports indicate a mild to strong health risk may exist in the immediate vicinity.
Let's keep moving before we get all introspective.
What happened to all these people? Not like they had anywhere to go.
Are all these marauders former townsfolk?
You really think Spacer's Choice made marauders out of all these people?
Always wanted to go strolling through a ghost town.
Ugh. Now it really feels like home.
Oh, this looks just like the abandoned parts of Edgewater.
This place is steeped in desolation and despair. The natural habitat of marauders.
Why do I have a feeling we're not gonna like what's in there?
I figured Spacer's Choice had a little outpost here. But no, they got the whole asteroid to themselves. How do you just buy a whole asteroid?
Whatever happened here must have been real bad if Spacer's Choice just up and abandoned it.
Never seen a corporation spend this much on a place only to let it rust. Except for Monarch, and Scylla, and Emerald Vale. Okay, I take it back.
I heard stories about Spacer's Choice running some old operation out on an asteroid. Never imagined I'd see it for my own self.
I see Monarch ain't the only pet project the board's willing to abandon.
A lot of the equipment here's still in good shape. Wouldn't go amiss in Edgewater.
Spacer's Choice wouldn't abandon such an expansive and expensive operation without good reason. Or in their case, a really bad one.
Sam says, let your automechanical do the dirty work while you keep your hands clean.
You, doing okay, Parvati?
I've been better. But thank you for asking.
Ugh. We ship in some sulfur, and it'll be like I'm back home.
I know Bones, but I don't know what that is.
Those rocks look exactly like bones. What are the odds?
Whoa. This would have made for quite the hunt.
Wow. You ever seen bones this cool?
Is that a fossilized giant pterosaur? Magnificent.
Customer, were you aware that these ancient skeletal remains have not been dusted in some time? Consider adding them to Sam's cleaning roster.
Is it weird that all these traps just make me want to see what they're hiding?
Laying down traps is one thing, but this is just rude.
I almost just want to huck a rock in there and see what happens.
Watch your step, Captain. Traps there, and there, over there, well, just about everywhere.
It's almost like they're trying to send a message, don't you think?
Someone does not want us here.
We're definitely trespassing. But don't let that stop you.
Well, this is a bit over the top, don't you think?
I ain't think we're welcome here, Captain.
Well, this is downright unneighborly.
Let's do this, and then let's get paid.
We made it this far. How bad could it be?
Let's move quick and stick together. Ain't no one dying on my watch.
I wonder what surprises they have in store for us here.
Did you know there are 7 generations of SAM models, including this unit, now equipped with floor washing and vocal networking?
Finally, the SMC! We'd better be getting paid overtime after all this.
This looks like the SMC. After you, boss.
It's about damn time. Let's find that journal. I want off this fucking rock.
This can't be worse than anything we already seen, right?
Synthesis and Manufactory Center, huh?
Oh, I looked.
I feel like this elevator needs a concession stand.
Hope this rickety old thing can go back up.
Don't look, don't look, don't look.
I'll be thankful to be on solid ground again myself.
SAM units are built to survive a drop of up to 300 feet and underwater pressures totaling 440 psi.
As a doctor, I'd say you've got a 6% chance of surviving the fall.
How long is this drop? Just wondering.
Well, it beats climbing the walls anyhow.
Sure would be a bad time for an earthquake.
Good thing none of us have a fear of heights, right? None of us?
Guess we're gonna have to listen to this Jasper guy one last time.
Doc Lowe seems like the kind of guy who needs to get the last word in.
What do you think we're in for? Manny-primals? Enormous five-eyed canids?
You think a voice lock's hard to make? Kinda wonder if I should put one in the bathroom to keep Sam from smashing up the toilet.
Let's hope Jasper's pharmaceutical special blend hasn't affected his voice enough to keep it from opening the door.
All right, Doc Lowe, let's hear that passphrase.
Here we go. You think anything good has ever come out of these corporate science projects?
Ooh, this is so exciting! I never seen a voice lock in action before. You think a voice lock's hard to make? Maybe I could take some parts off the cleaner mech in storage and put one on my berth.
Not a bad spot for a reading nook. Let's see if we can find one of those comics.
Looks like an observatory to me. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere.
Enviable setup they've got here. Stargazing with this thing would be quite a treat.
Is this one of those research outposts we're looking for? Wow, get a load of this view.
I envy whoever had this post. Gazing at the stars through a telescope is quite a peaceful endeavor.
Not a bad view. Looks like someone left some goodies behind, too.
Oh, hey, a telescope. You think we could see the groundbreaker from up here? Yeah, probably not.
Telescopes remind me of the few times I found peace, watching the stars in my past life.
Is this a telescope? I'd love to camp out here for a night or two.
Someone set up a little research outpost all the way up here. Wow. Would you look at the view?
Stargazing is one of the most peaceful ways to advance our understanding of the grand plan.
Somehow, this is exactly the kind of place I'd picture a comics stash.
There's a clue down here in the mines. Let's look around.
I don't know what those researchers were doing in here, but I'm glad they stopped.
This has got to be one of those research sites we're looking for. It's sort of lonesome, isn't it?
I hope whoever manned this post liked dank isolation.
Looks to be someone was doing some research down here. Gosh, what a lonesome place.
Always saddens me to see research equipment just abandoned like this.
What a mess. Probably some good salvage here.
Ugh. Who sets up station in a Manipillar tunnel?
This looks more like a research station than a mining operation. Maybe we should take a look around. All right, Birdie Sharp, where'd you leave your comic book?
How much you want to bet she marked up her comic with sticky notes?
Nice cave. I bet they picnicked out here. Now, where's that comic?
You see a comic anywhere in all this mess?
Oh good, another research site. I'm just dying to know what happened to Excelsior, whatever his name is.
Looks like someone had a real fondness for sticky notes. What were they doing all the way back here?
The things you find in caves around here.
Something tells me whoever worked here was way too organized.
Strangest place to set up a workstation.
I love the ambiance here.
Looks like this guy drew the short straw. Hope we don't have to go digging for his comic.
We're really gonna go digging around in a waste processing ravine? Yeah, of course we are.
Those researchers sure know how to pick 'em. Let's grab that comic and get.
Oh, smells something awful. Poor fella had his outpost set up right near the trash.
This is not the most conducive site for research.
Someone was doing research right near the dump? Ugh, smells something awful.
Wonder what the researcher posted here did to deserve this.
Reminds me of the ravine near Stellar Bay. Only less acid.
I don't know what this place is, but it's definitely a demotion.
Somebody at a research station right next to waste processing. I guess that's one way to get demoted.
Whatever this is, it looks secret. Let's take a look.
Cozy little place. Wonder who was hiding out over here.
Now, what do you suppose this is? Some kind of secret hideout?
Whatever they're hiding, it better not be a stack of comics.
This has to be the place. I know a fan club when I see one.
Hey, not bad for a scrappy little team. This is a fine hideout.
This must have been where those researchers had their hideout. You think we can get inside?
Nice hideout those researchers had.
And I thought those tiny canids were ugly.
Look at these hull heads, walking around like they run the place.
This ain't a good idea. Those things can tunnel through cave systems.
Oh, aren't you handsome? Looks like you got yourself a little... snack.
I've always found mantibilers disgusting.
Are you a certified slob? Have your messy habits cost you friendships, or worse, jobs? Buy a Sam to clean up your life. Sam can put a shine on your future.
Hey, look at that. They got themselves a little mantipillar.
Whatever that is, it's loud.
You hear that? Sounds like it's coming from the other side of that door.
The hell's that noise?
You hear that humming? Sounds like some kind of generator.
There's something going on inside there.
Let's hope we didn't need a passcode.
So is this our new policy now? Shoot first, ask questions never?
What's gotten into you, Captain?
Captain! What did she ever do to you?
Warning! Such actions are unhygienic.
At least you waited till after we got her key.
Colony's better off without her.
I don't know, Cap. This one had regrets, at least.
Let's not waste any time bandying words, Conversation didn't proceed to your liking, I take it?
Careful. Those trigger fingers look a mite itchy.
Let's try being friendly. Maybe they'll try it back.
Why do I get the feeling they're not here to welcome us?
Objects in proximity are determined to be heavily soiled, preparing to deep scrub the dirt out.
For some reason, I'm not expecting a warm welcome here.
If there's subtext here, I'm not gonna dig for it.
That's the spirit, little guy. Climb that corporate ladder.
Gotta admit, for a foul, ugly little monster, it's kinda cute.
Captain, don't do that. It's mean.
Behavioral conditioning, much like a board vice president reacting to the word profit. To think that a manta queen could grow from something like this. Nature is truly wondrous, is it not?
Is it just me, or is this mechanical looking down its nose at us?
Aw, that's no fun.
Do not stray from the path. This thing sounds exactly like Max.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folk.
Well, we're not known for going where we're told, but we'll see what we can do.
Can't buy taste.
Hey, nice. They made a statue out of Martin.
Are those eyes following us? Who would build such a creepy thing?
If I didn't know better, I'd swear it was watching me.
No, wait. That head's not spinning all the way around, is it? Well, that's not unsettling at all.
Untidiness is an eyesore and cannot be abided, according to this unit's programming.
I'm surprised this fountain still works.
This is gonna haunt me later. I can already feel it.
There's something mystical about this thing. Almost holy. Is that weird?
Area assessment. Utter squalor.
Thought they'd be using more assisty pig parts or something.
It is pretty, though. In a maniacally wasteful way.
Preparing for sanitization mode. The Purge.
Phineas would love this.
Is this how Adrenatime gets made?
What is it with the board and giant machines?
Is it weird if this thing kind of reminds me of the OSI building back in Edgewater? Like it's sort of holy?
The majesty of science can be breathtaking at times, even if the end result is somewhat questionable.
I've been ready for this since she messed with us at the OCI.
Ready when you are, boss.
Ugh, feels like we're in a vertical coffin, if I'm being honest.
It's gonna be fine. We can do this.
She brought this on herself.
You ready? Because I've been ready since she messed with us at the OCI.
I guess it's too late for second thoughts.
Sorry. I remembered the fountain.
maybe we can make her see reason. Convince her to change. People can change, right?
I wonder if she's ready for her comeuppance.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba.
Fancy looking staircase. Mind your step, boss.
I don't know if I'm impressed or suspicious. They're building something here, and it probably ain't good.
Watch your hands, Captain. Be a bad time to lose them. Well, I guess any time to be a bad time, but especially now.
This staircase is just like the board, over-engineered to the point of absurdity.
That's gotta be Ambrose's office. We're close, Captain.
Is this the place? Looks like it.
This is the place, right? Let's find that journal.
All right. Now I can finally get that journal and get the heck out of here.
The journal could well be in our grasp soon.
Not to complain, but I'm getting sick of stairs.
More stairs, huh? At least we're getting a good workout.
See? Now this is more like it. And we don't have to do squats later.
Sure we can't take a detour so I can fix that elevator?
I'd rather crawl through another HIA than work in a place like this.
People actually worked down here? This place is uglier than the back base.
Now here's a right cozy spot for a desk.
I really can't see how anyone could work in a place like this. Of course, the same could be said for this entire colony.
This is why I never wanted an honest job.
It's just filing cabinets and papers everywhere. This is like a nightmare I had once.
Reminds me of Sanjar's office, before he hired Celia anyway.
Talk about death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Ah, the inefficiency of bureaucracy. Choked by paperwork.
Mind if we take the stairs next time? I'm not too keen on tiny metal boxes.
Don't you go touching nothing you ain't ought to, Felix. You're gonna need those hands to give the board the finger.
To think, I would once have been impressed by this monstrosity.
Getting our leg exercises in at least.
Think she's in there? I'm ready to end this.
We've come a long way. Let's finish this.
Ugh. This reminds me of the terraformers. Makes my skin crawl.
Law, look at the size of this thing. Like some kind of slumbering beast.
Hiding behind that technological monstrosity won't save her.
Well, that's done. Much as I'd like to think Spacer's Choice won't make the same mistakes, I'd rather not stick around to find out.
It's done. I hope you made the right choice. I really do.
No turning back now.
I sure hope we did the right thing, Captain. But knowing Spacer's Choice, right won't stop him from doing wrong.
I hope we made the right choice, Captain. For everyone's sake.